bring it out. It's Moss. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. RPO complete to open the drive. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, get him on the ground for no gain.
Under fire. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Sun Devils line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Simpson. Makes the grab, it's Williams. Oh, he's getting rusty! Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Rushes on him. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Working that wide receiver screen. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for us.
The Sun Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Tyson. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all...
He'll take the deep shot.
Come on, I'm going to get it.
It's picked off, and they ruined the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching him. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He turns it loose to the left. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Simpson. Snagged in the middle, it's Horton. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They've got a first down here to open the period. Miller with the ball.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire.
No, we on this.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass.
Come on, I'm right there.
Got it in the middle. It's Horton. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
To the air, it's Simpson. Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Wants to throw again. This time it's complete. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. Oh, out of space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Floating away. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tide.
zone. When we're taking shots, we need to be able to step up and make tough catches. And Dave, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stops at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Levis. Shoots it to the left. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Back to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. He's got it up to 30. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Arizona State. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Quick completion on the out route. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second, third and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
And a play like that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
Got it in the middle, it's Horton. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes. Get those first downs. They get a big check.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat.
Give me that.
A few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He tries to take the top off. Makes the grab down the left side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. Finds his man. It's Brown. He's down at the 27. They can stop the clock, and this is a first down. Back to pass. it's Levitt. Goes toward the end zone. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
Coach D, what it do? And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, you keep that passing game up, you can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And the Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half.
Wrong with him, man.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw.
How you get?
He's got an open man
What up,
to
Justin?
the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we can just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Fires to the wideout.
He's
got it. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go back to the air on second down. Come on. They will score. Touchdown, Alabama!
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And they'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get into the ground? That is a ball.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And the Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Levitt. It's complete on the right side.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive guys.
And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll
this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs in this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
To the air on second down. They get to him as he throws. He makes the catch. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top.
No!
And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. It's the fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. You need a stop. What an unbelievable job forcing the interception, creating offensive opportunity for the offense to go out and win this ball game.
That's caught. It's Williams. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
This offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Ball marked at the 26. It's first and 10. They'll give it to him again. The offense coughs it up. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophe. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top.
He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish.
I'm in a tight one. I would drive it downfield and throw a pick. Now he's driving downfield.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. First and goal for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
I think we're gonna do, chat.
After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on 3rd and goal from the 2?
No.
Trying to pound it in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world.
We held him in the
It's good to get that one right down the middle. And with just over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone.
What they do, my dog?
First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking to throw, it's Levin. Pocket breaking down. Buys a little time. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game. The defense knows they're going to throw the football. First down, they get sacked. Second down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a...
He's going up top.
There we go!
Makes the catch on the left. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Oh, I gotta turn that
Just
off.
what
I gotta
this
turn that
offense
off. I'm
needs. The
tripping.
quarterback already has a couple turnovers, throwing the ball to the other team. This ball, 50-50 ball. Somebody
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Arizona State. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
How about that play? Late in the ball game, you need a play. You throw it up to your guy, and he makes the play. That is execution at its best in the clutch moments. Nice throw, nice catch.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but not before he gets it out to the 40-yard line. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Looking downfield on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Looking for more room. And a great way for this defense to finish off this game as time has expired. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make...
Him, chat.
Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Canes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return.
Hey, do you?
Sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stops at the 14. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
There he goes. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Got a man. It's Tyson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Spits it out to the back. Pulls it in. It's Udo. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. They just keep firing. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and goal.
And she still got to go to work.
Trying to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
The coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you want to think about airing that puppy out.
Back to throw, it's back. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Lofton. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Hurricanes are on the move. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Down to the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down.
Touchdown, Hurricanes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now.
Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He's got it for the 2. Found his man on the fake, and they take the lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Brown. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looking for a man. It's Levin. There's the pressure. And the pass is incomplete, and that's how the first quarter comes to a close. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to
I see
fire.
this coming too.
And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Wow, and the Miami linebackers shows you his speed on that play. And linebacker in speed, synonymous when you're thinking about Miami Hurricane defense. Think about Ray Lewis, Jonathan Vilma, Dan Morgan, DJ Williams. Guys that can go sideline to sideline and guys that can rush the passer. Not easy to block.
And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job with ball security.
Ball is loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways. And the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Levin. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Arizona State! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Marion. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. First play of the drive wants to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heaton. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Marion. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Dropping back, it's Beck. They're setting up the screen. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it first and 10 just outside the 40. Dances away to buy time. He'll throw it. With the catch, it's Fletcher. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Unloads quickly. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half. To cut this to a one-possession game, you need more of that physicality in the second half.
Oh, how could that happen? He misses the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays.
Yeah, she told me. It's in my
And they
car,
punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They got on the ball, but I believe he touched it before it went 10 yards, and there is a flag on the field. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The offense lining up for a first down play.
Not paying attention.
Back to pass, it's back. Quarterback extends the play. Looking down the left side. Wide open, he makes the catch. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
One more snap coming before halftime. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And he's got it! Touchdown, Canes!
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half, and now you got a chance to tie this football game up.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's into the end zone, and they'll put 2 more on the board just before halftime. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Definitely not get back on that iPad tonight.
Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the...
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover 1 man coverage. Just him and the wide out, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
To throw, it's Levin. Here's a heat. Looking to scramble. Throws for the tight end. finds space on the right. Turning on the Jets. 10. Touchdown, Arizona State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
How about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. Turn it into a small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a big play.
Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so is the two-point conversion attempt. He'll bring it out. It's Marion. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Going right to work up top. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
I'll tell you, not a lot of DBs that have the speed to run with that guy, but he sure did. And there was a deep shot. Speed versus speed made the best guy win, and the defender comes out on top.
This time it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. The throw. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Canes are in the hurry up.
Well, how's that for being aggressive early in the game, fourth down in your own territory?
And the rush will get to him at the 25. They'll snap it from the 25 here on second and long.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You'd think they'd want to just take a second, regroup before running this next play.
The Canes need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They get to the line quickly. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff to the lone back. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Sun Devils have it in scoring position on first and goal. Try to barge their way in. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking to pass. It's back. Fires to the middle. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
chat. I'm finna go for the night, man. Appreciate y'all.